How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggy With It. I'm Mo, and today we're opening up the newest game that we just got in the mail, which is Frostpunk by, 11-Bit Studios made Frostpunk the video game. Glass Canon made Frostpunk the board game, and they also are going to be making an Apex game, I believe. I prefer Titanfall. Either way, guys, let me go ahead and flip over the camera, and we will get into this box. So we go. This is Frostpunk the board game. Where's my fun stuff? It says, not a child's toy, 18 plus hobby gaming product. That's new. Where's my time and all the important information I need to tell you guys? Must be on the bottom of the box. Either way, this is just the normal game. And then I did get the Frostlander expansion, which has some extra little bits plus the upgraded tokens. As much as I like minis, this felt like a Euro game to me. And Euro games, for whatever reason, feel like they don't need minis, they need meeples. It's the same reason why for the Great Wall, which is a kind of a worker placement game, I've got the minis because that was the last thing they offered and there was no guarantee the meeple version was ever coming to retail. I would have preferred the meeple version, right? But that said, we'll go ahead and just do the Frostlander expansion real quick, and then I'm going to show you guys what's in the box and the way that I did the storage. It's based off of a picture I saw at one Board Game Geek. I don't remember who it was, but it basically said, that's a good idea. Good way to put it. So here is the Frostlander expansion. Expansion for Frostpunk board game introduces additional variability to the game, events, laws, technologies, new challenges, 6 society cards for the survivalist, and then also are some wooden component upgrades. Now it is only some of the tokens. It's not all of the tokens, which was kind of, I don't know if I can get rid of those other tokens. I'll have to go out to BGG and see if anybody says you can or can't. But for example, some of these green tokens, you get like 3 of each of these, 2-sided, and then this one only came with 2 of each. So don't know if you still need to keep the other ones. So these are the token upgrades, the pieces. I do feel like some of these are just a little bit too fat for their needed purpose. Like that's really thick. I don't know if it really needs to be that thick, because I mean, it's going in a dual layer board. I get that. I don't know if it was because they needed a way for you to be able to easily pick it back up. But that is one of them. And then that is the other one for your tracks. And then these are the little ones. So they did make them double-sided on one of them. Well, this one's not double-sided. I stand corrected. They made this one double-sided. This one's single-sided. And then these, same thing, are double-sided. And then these ones are not double-sided. So these must just be trackers, the ones that aren't double-sided. The ones that are double-sided must be used for reference of things. So then you got your food and your food times 25. Yep. And then same thing here, you got yellow food and yellow food times 25. Your temperature, which that looks like it was at an angle. Yeah, I don't think that's straight. Mine got sliced at a weird angle. So mine's actually slightly angled. I like the snowflake. That's neat how they did the snowflake. And then the temperature. I think this is temperature. And then you have a fire and explosion. This is for ramping up the heat on the big coal generator. I did start playing the video game. Right now it is on Xbox Game Pass. So if you have Xbox Game Pass, it is free and you can play it there. If you like it there, then maybe you'll like it here. I actually ordered this before I started playing it. I do like those types of economic resource city building type games to a small degree. I prefer it when the game allows you to set up an AI to take care of the management of it, like SimCity and Cities is the other one that is on Xbox. I prefer that, like, I could just say, okay, you set my taxes, you set, like, let me hire somebody to do that for me. These are the other upgrades, and again, I feel like these are just like overdone. I think they're too fat. Again, not sure their exact purpose, but what you get in the game isn't this thick. So I don't know why they made them this thick at all. But all of them are double-sided. So you have white and black. I don't know if that has a purpose or if that's just for visual, for visibility, for people that have color or vision issues. You can change it to the side you want. And then these are the new cards that you get. So you got some new technology cards. I have not mixed these in because I don't technically know. Well, going to do the unboxing, but when I put them in here, I'm going to try to keep them separate because I don't know if they can just be mixed in from the start or not. So you have like new technology, wood processing. Whenever you use a sawmill or wood drill, gain an additional 1 wood. Heating lamps, remove snow action, is always heated. Night care, equipment upgrades, tracking techniques. So these are all just a bunch of new technologies you can get. I'm guessing most of this were stretch goals, and so they offered it as a separate box rather than including it in the base game. Kind of makes sense. I'd have to go check out the campaign, but that's what this seems like. It seems like a stretch goal box. Like, we gave you some more free technologies. We give you some more token upgrades, right? Because it's your normal stretch goals. And then here you've got your other ones. So new laws, emergency shift, shared knowledge, radical treatment. Saw radical treatment. That one actually is in the game. And it's one of the first ones you can actually unlock. So I'm thinking you can just mix these in from the get-go. No, it says L19. So I don't know if these have a... Oh, it's I7, Infirmary, 17 Infirmary. Is that an L? No, that's an L. It's not an I. It looks like a period at one time. Virtue of Humanity. And then you have new events. So dusk events. And then you have your harder mode. I think the color is the mode because this did say like the hard mode. So you have your harder mode dusk events. And then you have new morning events. So, yep, morning smog. Smog in the morning, never a good way to wake up. Right? And then you have new society items that you can add. So survivalist. Okay, so they all say survivalist. So this one here, traveling the footlands, we encountered a family of refugees staying true to how our camp came to be. We took them in. We paid a heavy price for our kindness. The march was slower and resources dwindled. Not everyone in the group was happy about it. We were approaching the generator with a sick citizen among us and minimal resources. Okay, so your society, I guess, gets impacted the way that it shows here when you do it. Again, don't know how the game plays. We'll find out, well, when we play it. Not sure if this is a game that can be played co-op. It's a game also that can be technically played mostly solo. So I don't know if I will play it as one of my solo streams or whether me and Abdi will play it. I don't know if this is a style of game she'd be interested in. She did like, we did, what do we do? It was just on Kickstarter. Stone Saga, which was kind of a building, exploration, civilization type game. So she may like this. So here we go. Maintain hope, make the law, watch your choices, fuel the generator. The city must survive. So it's a post-apocalyptic nuclear future where, well, things did not go well. So they have to go find this generator in the north, activate it, and then try to rebuild civilization around it. It's a cooperative board game for 1 to 4 players. Again, still no time or difficulty or any of that. It's just, it takes up time to play it, and it's as difficult as it is, I guess. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take this off. There we go. Okay, so we have our rule book first. It is a hefty rule book. 43-page rule book. Yeah, this is going to take a while to read, and therefore I'm probably not going to go through it like I normally do. Components, thing that defines the board game, main features of the board game, the forward, the world of Frostpunk. So lots of text to read. Components, more components, setup, which takes a while. That's, I think, a lot of this, the reason there's so many pages, like all of this takes a long time to set up. It's another reason why this game would be really hard to bring to the channel more than once, because we have to set it up and take it all back down. It would either be we'd have to bring it and play this for a while, or play it once and never see it again. More setup. So we're still in setup. We're on page 15, still more setup. Okay. How to win and lose, important rules, hope and discontent. So yeah, it shows the tokens. Okay, so light is the, okay, so the white and the black do make a difference. The active is white, or exhausted is the black side. Okay, so they do serve a function. Your game phases, dawn, morning, generator, which it comes with this huge plastic generator that you drop cubes in. Weather, never a good thing, especially if it is icy cold. Preparation phase, action phase, and then it goes through the different actions descriptions, and then you go into your dusk phase before night. Hunger, because you feed them at the end of the day, and that's the same time, at least in the video game, that's the same time you send out your hunters and gatherers, is at night. Not sure the concept behind that. Feel like night would not be the time you'd want to send out your hunters and gatherers. Night phase, speaking of which, end of game, sickness and death, caring and treating advisors, citizens, scenarios, more events, more expeditions. So now these are just specific actions, it looks like. Setting up your laws, like child labor laws, because you do have children, which in this game, of course, are a drain because they need heat, they need food. So, of course, while they are technically not doing anything, they're not doing anything. So it's just extra mouths to feed, as they say. Right? Starting, building, upgrade, putting your, shows you how to put together your cube tower. All of your tiles, this is another thing, this is a big thing to maintain as well. There's so many tiles, and there's not a good organization method in this box. I could be like, okay, each set of tile goes into their own bag. But the problem with that is some of them are only one tile. So here are your advisors. So these are player aids. I didn't pull these out. Hey. All right, so big player aids just shows you how big the game is. So here are your advisor, health advisors, action descriptions, generator advisors, action descriptions, foreman advisor. Okay, so these are each player that's going to play the game. So because it plays up to 4 players, so each person takes on a role, I guess, an advisory role. All right, that's neat. If you're playing only 2 players, I wonder how the other 2 advisories work, or if you're playing solo. Like, I would hate to say that, you know, if you're playing solo, you got to control all 4 of the advisors. And if you're playing... Okay, I'm not going to try to put those back in there. That's not happening. That's not happening. But yeah, like, do I need to play solo? Do I need to play all 4 advisors? If we play 2-player, do each of us need to be a separate advisor? Don't know. Haven't read the rule. And then your scenarios. So a new home, Frozen Grove. So this is like your first scenario. Shows you which additional components you're going to need. Setup for that mode. Your display. And then starts going into more. So now you got the new home crags. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. That's more. 6, 7. Come on. Still 7. 8. Nope, that's still 8. And then the glossary. So there's eight scenarios total in the book that you can do. I know one of them is the dreadnought. There is a big plastic dreadnought. I didn't pick that up either. This is what I was talking about. All right, so this is again kind of how I got it stored in here. It's a take on what I saw somebody else do and my own, how I had things already kind of packed. So I put all of the tiles in a baggie, and it's a big baggie that I had. And you basically just shake them out until they go flat. Not really gonna take all these guys out. You guys can kind of see. But I do like the art. The art and graphics are pretty good. Some people say some of them are too similar, so it's kind of hard to tell what they are. So they're like, oh, that's why you need to buy the minis. But other people are like, well, if you get the mini, then it covers up the iconography on the token, so then you can't tell what it does. So this is the surround. So this is what makes the outside border of the game. So we'll pull this here. I'm trying to put it where I can remember everything is. This fits perfectly here. It actually stops because of the little piece of the tower in the plastic case. So that goes there. I pull it all out the same way and stack it on top of each other the same way I pull it out. I should be able to put it back in. This is the first half of the board for the track board. This is where this big thing, like I said, that I think is too thick, this goes in here. These 2 things go in here and travel up that track. So that's why I said I think, in my opinion, those are a little bit too thick. They didn't need to be that thick. Next player board. I think this is where all the tiles. Yeah, this is where all your building tiles go on this. All right, and then these two kind of just fit right there with the other half of the track. So that is the other half of the track. And then your event cards, I'm guessing, is this one. Some other tracking board. There's a lot of boards in this game. Then you got your tracking board here, and then this one sits on top of here, and then this one sits underneath. So you'll see that it's kind of like a staircase effect of how these fit in there. Again, we're going to see if I can get all this back in here. I kept this to keep those boards from shifting, so kept the foam piece that came with it. And then this is your population board, I'm guessing. It kind of looks like a population board to me. All right, then the rest of the game is down in the bottom here. So we do have our tray. All right, so the tokens are just kind of spread out. So here are the tokens that are here that are for the deluxe edition. I kept them because, again, I don't know if you can get rid of them. I don't know if the deluxe edition tokens will take care of this, but I am going to have to figure out put out all the deluxe tokens in here as well. I think they'll fit. And I'll probably put these aside somewhere if I can't make room. The rest of the tokens, so you have your meeples. So we'll look at the meeples. Why not? Get one of each meeple. Now for the children, because again, like I said, you can do a law where the children work. You do get an engineer and a laborer child colored meeple as well. But those are the meeples. They're cute. They have their little actions going on of what they are. Put him back in. Put him back in. Well, him and her, because that was the children meeple. And put him back in. Or I guess it could be a her too. Put her back in. All right. Then the cubes for the coal, the steel pieces, and then your wood. So again, just normal meeple stuff, right? Just normal, simple components. This is really the only one that's got any design to it. What I'm guessing is steel, because oh no, steel's in here. I think that's steel, these cubes. So I'm not sure what those ones are. Yeah, so this one you have the steel. I saw this in one of the setups, and I'm not sure what the big yellow thing is. Oh, they're stuck. Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh, that sucked. All right, we're going to take a look now. Because that was... it didn't damage it. Okay. All right, so it didn't damage it. Yeah, sometimes I hate when they get stuck like that, because I guess they're put in just a little bit too wet, because sometimes when you do that, of course, it's going to rip off the paint. Again, not sure what these are. I did not take good enough attention in the instructions. These are the regular trees. There are miniatures versions of these trees. Again, I just feel like that's a little bit overboard for this type of game, because like I said, it's worker placement. More generic random tokens. All right, so that's all the token bits were in all of these. Again, always keep my silica because Florida. You do get baggies for, I'm guessing, a random pool of things. So I don't know if you always have them in these bags or not. If so, I may put those tokens always in these bags. But I just had them kind of put in between the card spots that had extra room. That's just kind of how I did it. Mine is not sleeved as well, so all of this is fitting because it's not sleeved. With it sleeved, it's going to be tougher. You may be able to get a lot of these tokens to fit on top. If you'll notice down in the bottom, you can see the punch boards. I put the punch boards in there to bring everything up to the level. So tiles, I've gotten 3 spots. I got them in here, I got them in here, and then there's actually enough room to put even a couple more tiles on top of the generator there. But they're just your tiles, shows your resources, wood, trees, iron, I'm guessing coal, trees, yep, blank. And then that's part of the dreadnought. I don't know where the rest of the dreadnought is. It's somewhere, it probably got mixed up. So the organization probably is not the best of how I need to have these tiles. Once I learn how to play the game, I'll probably put these in a particular order. That makes more sense. Again, you can put them here, you can put them there. Either spot worked. Technically, I could even take these, and they probably would fit over here. Nope, this one is actually smaller than that one. So I can't put it like that. All right, now I see why the guy on BGG had it over in this side. Makes sense. All right. So here are your scenario cards. So scenario 0 or scenario 1, 01, 02. So that's scenario 2. And it should go all the way up to 8, right? Because scenario 2, 3, 4. It only goes up to scenario 4, but there were 8 scenarios in the box. So now I'm not sure. This one is your society. So this is your normal. Did it say something on these ones? Oh, survivalist. Okay, so these are the society levels for the survivalist game. This is for your normal game. So normal, hard. Okay, so I just need to put I'll have to organize it to put the new ones in between each of these, because you have a normal and a hard for each society level. This, I don't know what this was. It was just in there, and its back is different than the other cards, so I'm not really sure what that one does. Player aids, your morning cards. So a lot of different things can happen in the morning. Your dusk cards. So again, the color, I think, is based on the difficulty. I don't think the backs are any different. So these are all of the red ones for dusk. Typhoid. I just saw typhoid. Typhoid is never good. There. And then these are the 3. There's like 3 that wouldn't fit, because this is already kind of, yeah, see, it's already kind of the tight fit. So there's a couple that wouldn't fit. So, and then these are the purple dust cards. So like I said, I think it's different difficulties, because this is D's, these are L's. So it must be a different difficulty level. All right, so same thing, I'll just have to sort those out. This is an outpost. Okay, so this is specifically for a new home canyon scenario. And these social disputes that you have to solve. So basically, something's going to happen during the game, and people are going to be like unhappy about something. This is very similar. In the video game, it says like you need to make X number of houses before a certain amount of time. If not, then things happen. People aren't going to be happy. And then here are your laws. So like I said, one of them is child labor. So child labor allows you to get rid of one of your green child meeples and replace it with a red child meeple. Oh no, sorry. This is the satisfaction level. So they become unhappy is basically what's happening when you enact child labor. Make child shelter, they become happy, but then you're going to need to spend resources and, well, of course, keep them fed and happy. Food additives, you can add sawdust to the meals. I don't think this one's the sawdust. Yeah, this is the sawdust, which is weird because the sawdust in the game actually reduces your content. So that's weird. It's a little bit different. So all the laws. You can have a fighting arena. I've already set up the fighting arena in the video game. Time to rest. More laws. Some more laws. So same thing. I'll have to take those laws and put them in there. So speaking of which, let's see here, because I need to keep this space available. Can I condense 2 of these now? If I take those there. No. Nope, none of them. All right, so let's put those there. And they'll fit. I just don't want to spend the time on the video during the unboxing to make them into the right categories. I'll do that later. So here's your regular technology. So we'll add the other technology cards to this one. The weather cards that we saw. So of course it's going to make your temperature change and going to make impact on other things in the game. And then here are the, I don't know if these are extra advisors or if they're your advisor. So you have the foreman advisor, social advisor, health advisor, generator advisor. So those are the 4 different advisors. So these must be your cards. Preparation phase. Only if exhaust motivation, place 1 near tile. If all near tiles have already been placed, place 1 far tile. Okay. So that's your player ability, I guess. And then here are your citizens. So they've named citizens with abilities. And then these are, okay, so these are the named workers, and then these are the named engineers, so the blue ones, the named engineers. So you can have extra abilities, and then these are the named children. So even in the game, the video game, it actually names all the characters. You can go see about them, and like when you go to the house, it says who all lives in that house, and like most of your civilization style building games, like I said, SimCity, Cities, stuff like that, it tells you what they want, what they don't want. And so forth. What's the one? There's another board game that they're making the video game, and the video game's coming out. Unfortunately, it's coming out on the Series X. I can't get it. It's like not 19, it's like 1820 or something like that. And you're one out to an island and you build off the island. Somebody's gonna let me know in the comments. Expedition card. So this is how you go out and find more things, including people, resources. So lots of expedition cards, and expedition, and then these are outpost cards. So these don't look any different than the expedition cards. So I don't know if they're supposed to be shuffled in or not. The backs are the same, and I know you have to like travel to it in the game, and it takes so much time to travel there. So it looks like that has a very similar mechanic. All right, so put that there, put that there. All right, we'll go ahead and take a look at this bad boy while we have everything open. So this is about how many tiles I currently have in there, but you could, like I said, you can take them and put in more. This was kind of annoying. I don't know why they didn't build something to keep this from falling out. Like it just sits in there. It's not actually in a set of rails that hold it in place. I feel like that's a big miss, because if you ever have to pick this up, I don't know if it's because they felt like, okay, it'd be easier to get the whole drawer out that way rather than having rails for it to slide into. This goes in the top. So this is what's going to cause the cubes to get stuck or fall a certain way. And you can see down inside there, there's different cavities and holes and things for the cubes to get stuck on. But yeah, lots of detail. I will probably just prime it gray and then throw on a wash and call it a day. I don't know if I'll do the whole, well, I was gonna say do the whole snow thing, but technically there wouldn't be any snow on this, would there? Because this is hot and snow melts on hot things. But yeah, I'll probably just do like a black grimy wash on it and call it a day. All right, let's see if we can get everything back in the box plus the deluxe tokens. So let's try to get our deluxe tokens in first down here in the bottom. These ones are going to be the troublesome ones because they're really big. I don't know if I had things in here or not. It looks like these might fit. There. Again, I feel like these were just, that was too much. This was not needed to be that thick, right? It's just taking up so much more room. All right, add the trees down on the bottom. Add these in there. And these here. I think I had all the workers over here. Like I said, I'll fold these up, figure out these in the future. Have more room over here. Those there. These were the extra ones that, like I said, are kind of duplicates. Stick you there. Oh yeah, plenty of room. I still got a little bit of room. Like, technically, I can put those back a little. Yeah, I've still got more room, and that's even with the cards, like, right? Because I'm gonna have to sort these and kind of move them out a little bit more. So I might have to move them into one more tray. I still think there's enough room to do that. Then put the lid on, and everything sits down there nice. All right, see if I can remember how I did this. All right, this one and this one. So these do have to go in first because they have that little button piece, because that kind of sits on top of the button piece. All right, so we do this. Each. Like our little stair stepper there. That one. These ones. And so the reason I stacked it like this is a certain height, and there's actually a piece of plastic here for this board. And so if you don't have enough underneath of it, the board sits kind of wobbly in there. And so again, humidity, warping, all that, I wanted to make sure it got to the same size. So that's the same size. And then that fits there. That's up there. Those all go like that. Those all fit there. And the rule books on top there, and get that down a little bit. And you can see that it is right near the edge. Again, that's because I put those extra cardboard pieces to lift up the bottom, which I do in a lot of my games now to try to make sure everything is right at that edge. If you took them out, like I said, this would all drop down more. If you sleeve your cards, even with this, how I've got everything in here, if you took out those bottom, I don't know how many I put in there, maybe 4, that's going to drop it, I don't know what, maybe a ½ an inch more. So you should be able to fit a lot of those tiles up here in this top section as well, if you sleeve, right? Because it'd be those 3 wells that were at the back, which would be your people, the upgraded tokens I have back there, and I forget what I put up here in the front. Oh, the other upgraded tokens, right? So there we go. We're gonna see if that goes down on there. There we go. And with that, it is no lid lift. So it fits perfectly in the box. All right, there we go, guys. That is, I was gonna lift the box up, but probably better do this. Frostpunk, the board game. If you'd like to see me play this either solo or co-op with Oddity, let us know down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification to know when we go live. Until then, guys, peace.